Well,
there we go.
Can I have that back now?
No.
All right, overlay the chat.
It is. There we go.
All right. Hey, guys, it is a Sunday, so it's time for our Gamers Therapy show on Sunday, where we're only going to help you stay addicted to the games. So apparently it's a new year, so everything should be super fantastic for most everybody.
Well, my hair is poofy today.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully everything's going well. For those of you listening on Podbean or iHeartRadio or Spotify on this cast, this is our show that we do live. You can join us on Twitch or Facebook group or YouTube Sunday at 4 p.m. Central. So that's where we're at. Hello, Walkabout Games, and hello, Charles. And yeah, Ashley, don't break your chair, Walkabout says. While she was gone, I kind of welded some supports on there in case she starts.
Wow, welded supports, huh?
Because she gets too overly excited sometimes. So, but anyways, hello, you guys. Hopefully, you're all doing good.
I see how much I'm loved.
You are.
I already got that up, so don't worry about it. I'll take care of that.
Yeah, all righty. You do. Okay, because otherwise I got to go back and forth. Meandering Mike, how are you, sir? We're doing good. I'm hoping that you guys are all doing good. So we feel very fortunate to just have things, continue forward, and sometimes just unexpected stuff comes up, and you know what I mean. So we're kind of keeping in mind there our fellow gamer Mythos there. He's having a
really rough,
rough week, and so we're just kind of keeping him in our thoughts and prayers for him and his family, and everything will work itself out for them. Sometimes things come up and you just don't know. So yeah, Walkabout says I keep telling
usually
people.
That's how I am.
Yeah, that's how she is. That's why Brian, Minnie Warmont and her, they go back and forth. They don't just pew 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 each other. They launch like artillery shells back and forth. And I just kind of
he just knows I'm better.
Yeah, so they have their little thing they go back and forth and do. Greg just tries to stay.
But you're technically in the middle.
Yeah, that's why you see me duck as much as I can. So yeah, that's kind of how we are there too, Walkabout. I mean, it's just all friendly and we mean no harm by nothing. But like I say in our disclaimer at the bottom of the screen, we're not professionals, so you really don't have to take in anything that we listen to. I would add some salt to it, maybe some pepper, whatever other seasonings. Yeah. But yeah, so far so good at this point. Ashley's produced a second Jeff character
that I painted up for our 2-year-old granddaughter because she wants my big Jeff, so I painted her up a little pink and blue one.
Oh yeah, it's a little one. He looks like he's got razor burn though. See, from the side, looks like he had a beard.
So, yep, she has her own little Jeff.
Hello, Jamjar43. How are you?
And Ledford's on as well.
And Ledford, how are you, Ledford?
He's like, I can't wait for my coffee.
Yeah, it started today. It says
made.
Ledford, so it's being made. What was I gonna say? So we've done some more printing since we talked to you guys last week. One of the things Ashley printed up for me on the Human Defense Force is
trying
to figure out how I can hold him. Oh, Telemachus, purple people eaters. Yeah.
All right.
Hold on a second here. Let's see if we can pull that camera on. There. I brought it up. I just got to bring it over. Hold on. Here. This is what she printed up for me there. You have to kind of turn it sideways or the opposite.
All right, hold on. The light's on.
It is a pretty good size walking robot with a Gatling gun. So that's going to get added to the Human Defense Force. There's 3 of them, so she's just going to print one to make a test print and make sure that one come out good. So the detail on those files from one-page rules is pretty nice. Yeah, slow right there. Oh, or turn it a little sideways. Yeah, it's pretty detailed. It works out pretty well. So there's a group of 3 that you can add.
Well, this is just the Gatling guns. Then you have a axe. You have a baton, and there's one other one I can't remember. Rockets, grenades, something like that.
And their leader, or one of their flag guys.
I gotta clip those little pieces off. I don't know how close I can get them without it blurring.
Well, it's a pretty, I mean, the flag itself is pretty big. The banner, whatever you'd like to call it. I thought I came out really smooth. I was surprised and happy about that.
Any other ones?
Look him up.
Jam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure we're gonna look you up, Jam Jar, and make sure we're subscribed if you got
videos. Baby Jeff.
That's Baby Jeff.
It's Baby Jeff. No, this is the granddaughter's favorite color, so
it was just an excuse for you to print up a Baby Jeff, and then
this one's mine.
Oh, good grief!
I still got to do the colorings, the markings on his back.
So turn him around now. Now get his face. Just got his mouth in there. So see, he's a goofy looking dude. But
he's cute.
Yeah, it's a good thing it's not a live thing. Otherwise, I'd have another pet I can see. So what? Ah, what are you doing? Yeah, Walkabout Game says Jeff. It is Jeff.
All right. Anything else? Do we need to show?
No, I just wanted to show that real quick because we got some of those figures. I mean, she printed out more of the normal figures so I can expand the army. So I've been painting on them. They're probably half done. I got about 8, 10 of them.
Think of what else
about halfway done.
Just been painting Jeff.
Yeah, Ashley, it's been a busy week too. So.
Yep, I'm still trying to finish off the Ratman Rider. That I know. That goes up on the squirrel.
Oh, that's the guy that rides your giant squirrel, right?
That's the one that rides the giant squirrel. Which is... This guy's done. The squirrel's done other than his eyes. I don't know how to draw color eyes. But there's the giant squirrel. That's been painted.
Yeah, I think your colors came out good. His eyes just make him look evil.
I know. I don't know how to do the eyes.
Well, you got a bright white, right? So put like a red over it so his eyes are glowing rat red.
I don't know if it's supposed to be like the whole eye or if it's supposed to have like an iris or something like that. I have to look up squirrel's eyes. But, yeah.
So that little guy you were showing off sits right there in that little square.
Yeah, he'll sit right here. And the cool thing about these is you can either have them just like this or the granddaughters. You can put a hard backup on him. So that way it's just basically the figure. So, but yeah. I picked a mean looking face. She picked a little happy face.
Well, I mean, the detail on their figures are pretty cool.
Yep.
The only drawback I can say is, really, I can't print one of their resin tanks in my little printer. I can't do it out of resin. It's just too big.
It's too big and way too bulky. I've tried.
Yeah. So
it keeps falling off. Doesn't matter how many supports I made.
Here's their ruler that I got painted this week. That's their combat ruler. So we printed that out. I
Yeah, this
primered
one
it.
is the Human Force guys. Each
Human
faction has
Defense
their
one.
own.
Yeah. So that's what I've done this week. See, it's just otherwise it's just resin looking, but tried to make that look a little bit sharp. And then the tank, I'm pretty much done with. You're gonna have to take a little bit of time on that one. See how big this sucker come out?
Well, compared to there's a rat, man.
Yep, you're getting out of camera though. So I got this one. I don't know. I kind of want to add more to it. Yes, the tank is hollow. But I didn't do this on resin. I did this one on Keegan's.
Forge? No.
No, it's not a glow forge. It's that other one. Now, see, I had it in my head till you said that, but a glow forge is completely different. It's not a printer. So Keegan has like a regular FDM printer, but it's I can't remember the name of it now. Something Forge. They run about $600, so I had him print that up, and it's not bad. But underneath, it didn't come out the greatest. But you know.
The bottom doesn't look too good, but the top does.
But for what you'll see on the table, it works. And then I just, like I said, I primered it in a gray, and then I used the Vallejo Russian green for all this because I like the darker green. And then the bags, I just, did like a khaki and then some army painted mild brown wash. Anyways, so getting that ready so that we can try to throw down a proper. What are you doing?
Coffee?
Oh, yeah. It's done out there. A proper game.
Flash Forge.
Yes, that's right, Telemachus. Flash Forge. I'm sorry. And that printer for an FDM is really dang fast, man. That's a zip, 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 zip. I sit there watching his house. It's going, and it does overall a pretty good job. None of them so far have the same smoothness. Who? What?
Jam Jar?
Yeah, Jam Jar 43. Okay.
So I just subscribed to him.
All right, Jam Jar, we just subscribed to you. So Ashley just found you and subscribed to you. So that Telemachus, his printer does very well because everybody knows we have that Ender Pro, but it just was at the point where it was
not wanting to stick anything.
I guess I could have rebuilt it for about, if I bought the parts like the head and the piece that pulls in the filament and fan and a new plate and all that, would have been right about $90. Well, Anycubic had get a refurbished FDM printer for, same price, cost $108 to get shipped with it set up. So I use that one, but still it doesn't do as good as that Flash Forge. It just does a way, way better job. Oh, Jeff, you just missed showing off my tank.
Jeffy!
Hello, Jeff. So that's who I had. I had him print that, you guys.
That's my next project.
That's Ashley's next.
It's up on the printer right now.
A Mario Dice Tower, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting to look forward to your prints walkabout. As soon as you get them up and going, I'd like to see them. For us, the little resin printer works good, but it's just one of those down the road as you get money, you upgrade or something. It just doesn't have a big enough build plate to do a tank, and a tank is just too much weight. Even if you hollow it out, I just don't think it's going to set on the plate. I think it'll fall off. So what?
Cut this camera.
You want me to cut the camera? Alrighty then.
Rats.
Turn it off for now.
Yep.
There you go. So, but the tank, it is hollow. And it came out pretty good the way it is. So now I got enough done and painted that I can go ahead and throw down a game. You're painting some minis. That's what I'm doing. I got caught up and then Ashley printed me some more because I needed a second set. Ooh, Charles calls Jeff master. All right. Jeff, you've leveled up then. Because that's pretty nice. Just don't,
Jeffa?
Charles, just don't call.
What the hell is Jeffa?
Huh?
Walkabout? Jeffa! I think
Just don't call Keegan master. You're not
don't want that one.
The repercussions on that one.
Do you need more coffee?
If you want, sure. So anyways, hopefully you guys are I know you guys are all getting stuff done, but Walkabout, please be sure to share when you do. And Mike there, you've got an awful lot of knowledge, man. I pay attention to your comments in multiple shows. You could do some teaching on a lot of stuff. So I don't know, man. So far, so good. It's been a good week. Miniature wise, we did get things done, and that's all good. Yesterday we test ran a game with Keegan called Catan, and I'm sure most of you know what it is. I never played it before. I will tell you what, though, it's all hexes, that you set on the board. So that's something, right? And then you got little pieces of like roads or buildings. They're all made out of little wood. And it kind of reminds me of, because you got to use resources to build, and the first to get to 10 points wins. But boy, now that you know what resources you need to build what and what's going to go on, I say the first time we sit down and do an official game, it's going to be quite aggressive. This is going to be like Monopoly, but making you mad, I think. It's just, yeah, it's a little frustrating. I mean, it's easy to learn and easy to do, but oof, if you don't get the right stuff, the dice don't roll right for you, you can just be really screwed. Hey, Mini Warmut, how are you? Hope you're feeling better there, Brian. Walkabout says he is printing on a new FDM printer, some minis. He's seeing great results. Awesome. It's always good when you print and it comes out fantastic. Telemachus, was it Settlers of Catan? I think it was Settlers, because they have
What are we doing?
The game we played last night with Keegan and them. So Catan
just Catan.
Yeah, but Catan has all sorts of expansions, which I didn't know about. I didn't know much about the game to begin with, other than I'd heard about it. But last night we sat down, we played it. It took about an hour and a half is all. Didn't take too long, and that's with not knowing how to play at all, but it's pretty simple. And
trade, build, settle.
Yeah, it's
that one.
It's the one that says trade, build, settle. There's many.
I think it's just the original
expansions to it that.
I don't think he had any of the expansion. It was the red box.
So there you go, Telemachus, just the red box.
Yeah, it was just the red box.
And Charles, you said a challenge starts next weekend. You're going to start to get some figures painted. You get another challenge? Cool. Andrew Mike says there are many variants of Catan, originally called Settlers of Catan. Then I think that's what it is, because you settle in, you got to get and trade resources. And the only thing is, since everybody knows what resources you need to build stuff, no one wants to trade with you. I found out family can be very much, no. We don't want you to build a settlement or a city or whatever. It's kind of funny.
So many sheep.
Walkabout's printing sheep. Oh boy. Skull Gremlin says the key to Catan is not to play to win. Play to block anyone else from winning. You only have to play 3 games before you never want to play it again. Well, I'll tell you what. All I can say is repeat basically what I said earlier. I knew nothing of the game, but now that I've played the game, I'll tell you what, the next time, because Keegan said, well, let's go ahead the next time and live stream it. I think you're going to see some anger, because it's it's, what resources you got to have, so everybody's going to try and
let's just put it this way, our grandson beat our asses.
only by 1 building, 2 points. And that's because nobody told him no when he asked to trade. But I was told no. When I tried to trade, I was flat out denied. So I had to pay the extra cards. So, yeah, Gremlin, I can see it being kind of a vicious form of Monopoly.
It is, basically.
Yeah. And they have all sorts of other expansions and all just goes on and on, card holders and stuff. Yeah, sheep. Oh, I got you. Yeah, walkabout. I'm sorry. But the sheep, I ended up getting a lot of sheep in wood and not much else I could do. It's Euro trash. Yeah. I don't know. It's
I picked the wrong area to start in. Is my
yeah,
problem.
I knew nothing about where you should start or what you were going to need, of course.
Our grandson was just raking it up.
Well, once you build a city, then you get twice when someone rolls. And so I can see, like I said, it's going to be a little bit rough. Wooden sheep. Some people pay extra. You're right, Scorgrim. Some of that's even in the news.
Wow.
So Meandering Mike sums that up exceptionally well, I think, right there too. The other players that do trade will make you lose. Yeah. Well, right off the bat, my grandson, he's like, you want to trade? I need some wheat. I don't have any. Well, I'm sitting right next to him. He has like 6 wheat, but he knew I needed that to build the settlement. So the little turd did not trade with me. And I didn't have enough cards to take 4 to go to the bank or whatever and trade 4 for 1. So I'm like, oh, well, his mom needed something, so he traded her. And
of course, he's a mommy's girl. Or boy.
Boy, oh my God, Ashley. So it was kind of funny. So yeah, it could get kind of cutthroat, I think. So I'm a little leery of doing a whole family adventure now that everyone knows what to do with it. I think when you sit down and do it,
it's going to be a very different game when we play again.
Already. So yeah, I guess you could try to make oh, I'm sorry. Your message took 4 minutes to show up. Many more months. Everybody else seems to be showing up within a few seconds.
Maybe they just don't like mutts.
You got to remember, it's going through servers, so maybe the server in your area is a little slow too. Oh, that's right.
What, had a game last night?
Yeah.
Why were we invited, damn it?
Because he was gonna. I thought, didn't you put that? Or was he
playing with himself?
Oh, that just come across wrong. Now you realize what you said, huh? Ding dong. Yeah. A solo game. Solo.
Whoops.
I don't know why it's lagging. It don't seem to be lagging on anywhere else or Facebook. So far, so good. I'm sorry, Mini Warmutt. But maybe it's us. I don't know. How's your weather out there? Ours is getting cold and crappy. So maybe that has something to do with it. But then again, I got coffee, so I don't care if it gets cold and crappy. I'm good. So anyways, you guys, that's what we did last night to try to do a family thing. And, you know, Skull Gremlin. Hey, well, yeah, you know, we're trying to do it ethically. You know what I mean? So some sort of conscientiousness or whatever. Walkabout, yeah. He likes playing with himself. Solo play, Ashley, yeah. Yeah, she just didn't think about it, what she was saying, which I guess as long as you're not in court, you know, you don't want to make a mistake on something serious.
Oh, wow.
So, Anywho, so far so good this week. More little minis printed, more started to paint, more things completed. That's right, hextexh. If you had fun doing it, then that's what counts. You could make a title like that mini warm-up. You might get flooded with, thousands of people in your chat if you labeled it something like, I guess I shouldn't say. So I just leave it alone. But you know what I mean. You can change the label.
Yeah, but I don't know if you would want that kind of descriptions.
Yeah, then you get all the weird stuff. Yeah. I went from this to 20,000 subscribers overnight, but they're now asking for weird things. Yeah. Talk about games. Yes, it's not easy. I'll have to check it out. I haven't had a chance to watch it. Mini warm-up.
No, by the time we got home, it was almost, 11 o'clock?
Yeah. So we'll have to check that one out and see. Because I'm curious on how the spawn points move around. Because we're used to Zombicide. You got fixed spawn points, and you can even destroy them like an invader. So I'd have to see how that bounces around. That sounds like it'd be pretty cool. And as long as you're here, mini warm-up, even if it takes you 10 minutes to respond, how'd you overall like the spawn points moving? I mean, did you overall feel it added to your game, or was it more of a pain in the backside to do it that way? Because I could see where that would really mess you up trying to figure out, strategize what zone you're going to go to next. But
what did he play?
Zombicide, but it had moving spawn points.
Screw that.
Yeah, it moves around. So anyways, I think that would be kind of cool to check it out and see what it says, or see how it goes and see what you think about it. And Jeff there, he keeps pumping out stuff on his channel. So if you haven't checked out Jeff's channel, check it out or walk
Jeff's
about
retired.
Anybody else.
He can just sit and play.
Oh.
I think. I don't know.
I don't know. I would retire and try to live the dream, but they don't let me sleep to live that dream, so I just got to keep up.
What do you mean?
Keep going.
You ain't retiring. You got to work.
That's what I'm saying. I would like to just kick back and game, or do something else, but that doesn't seem to be something that I could do at this moment, so possibly. I don't know. Then I might get caught up on my minis and I would have nothing to schedule. It didn't look easy. The rooms and the streets filled up really quick. Walkabout says to Mutt.
Now I'm definitely going to have to watch it.
Jeff says, I'm not retired. It's 62 degrees where you're at. Brian, well, that's not too bad. That's like nice weather. I don't think it's 62 here. I think it's more like
24, it looks like.
24
I'm sorry,
degrees.
23, but feels like -9.
Yeah. Is that what it feels like outside? I'm so used to the cold.
We haven't been out there yet.
You just get used to it after a while.
That's why it's 20 miles an hour wind here.
Well, yeah, you can hear it. It's breezy outside.
Tomorrow's supposed to be even worse. 17 is the high.
There you go, May. Warm. Tomorrow, 17 degrees is our high.
So with winds and all that, it's gonna suck real bad.
You work for the local government, you just get a lot of time off. Well, that's cool, Jeff. If you get a lot of time off, you get a lot of time off. This company I work for ain't the government, but they take they're very progressive. So every little tiny holiday, they take it off. I've never worked anywhere where I've gotten days off of pay just to be home over some of the holiday stuff. So, but I'm not going to complain. I'm like, okay, if you want me to stay home and you're going to pay me, then that's cool. I'll do that, Telemachus says it's 33 degrees where he's at. Wow.
I want it to be 62. I'll take that any day.
I don't know. 17 is
17 tomorrow's gonna suck.
Gonna suck because I know I've got outside work to do tomorrow, so have to see how much of it we can get done. But it didn't snow yet, so we're okay.
No, it said it was gonna snow. It was only like a 10% chance at like 3 o'clock this morning. So I didn't see nothing on the ground. So
yeah, I was hoping to get up and play with the plow, but it's kind of fun at first, anyways.
I'm okay with no snow.
Yeah.
I mean, the grandkids have been begging to go and try to sled, but unfortunately, there's not.
Mini Warmut says his current Zombicide games are scheduled. You have a schedule. Did you put on now? Bear with me because I may have missed it. But do you have a schedule up somewhere or just something you've kind of written down to do? I'd be almost afraid to schedule something, but we probably should.
Well, I think if Mythos isn't ready for next Thursday, not this upcoming one, but the one after, I think we're supposed to be doing a Zombicide with Brian instead.
Yeah, I don't know. That's up to.
I think that's what Keegan said.
But we should for sure get something like that in. So I don't know. You know, same old thing. Got to work and then work everything around the time that you got and take it from there. Let me check something here.
That's what I'm on.
Oh, okay. Well, I did not know. Oh, you got them scheduled on YouTube? I honestly haven't seen them, Brian. I'm sorry. I'll have to. When I look at your video afterwards, we'll watch the one you put out last night, and then I'll see if you guys schedule there. But very cool. I mean, more power to you. If you can schedule it and adhere to that, that's fantastic. If I schedule things, it tries to be like, oh, we're going to play these 3 games in a row, and I can do that generally, but trying to schedule a time. Oh, you're looking up his videos now. Was it last night? Toxic City Mall? Mission 2. Also, Ashley's kind of looking at it now then. Mini Warmut to see what she can see on.
Don't see no freaking schedule when the next one's supposed to be.
She doesn't see a schedule. Unless you just... Well, we'll figure it out later. I don't know. But, like I said, I was curious to see if you like the spawn points moving on you. If you thought that was cool or just more of a... made it more difficult.
Oh, they're set for already as a schedule.
Yeah.
He's already done the game.
Well, yeah, a lot of times, a lot of people do the games, and then when you upload the video, you can schedule it to put out for the day. I just thought we were just looking to see if you had a release date. Nice. We'll have to, I don't know. We got to do some Zombicide at some point too. But this year, like I said, we got a bunch of things we're working on. So just trying to do chunks of each thing as it goes forward is about the best that we can do. However, if I could win the lottery and just stop working, that would be cool. I guess I'd have to play the lottery to win. However, what was that? Oh, that was my phone.
Yeah, I say my phone went off too.
Yeah, sorry. What else were we going to talk about, Ash? I think that's about it. We got to get some more paintbrushes. I know that. I didn't realize till last night when I was
wardrobe
finishing it. Oh, wardrobe's live. See, we get notifications. But we gotta get some more brushes. We're pretty much
we're running
them.
out. Mine are kind of.
I did have some little Litco pieces come in for like artillery bombardment and stuff, which are kind of interesting. They're like
not resin.
Little bombs going off, right?
Yeah, they're low resin.
No, they're acrylic.
Acrylic, okay.
But on both sides, it's got the little flash and it's smoky colored. So it's for like bombardment or something. So when you place it on the table, you know, you're going to have like a marker where it hit. So just a package of 5, yeah. They're barrage markers. I'm sorry. That's what they're called, barrage markers. So it would be, I think they're going to be interesting to add into the gameplay because we want to try to add some more troops to. We have troops, but we need to add more troops to when we do armor. So Keegan is working on getting his guys done because I've got troops just waiting to be played, but I got to have someone to play the troops against, right? So, and I guess the new Team Yankee starter box. Well, we got ours. It was just tanks, you know, which was a heck of a good deal anyways, price-wise. But now the new one apparently has troops in it too. So
it probably depends on which one it is.
No, it's the newer release one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the newer release box has troops also, as opposed to just you know, armor. So that'd be a good deal if you want to get a box to try to get into it, and they're pretty cheap. I think it's around the $60 mark. So you have to see, but their first starter box was very, very good and still available if you just want spare or extra tanks. That's pretty good. What are you doing? Oh, you're tapping on your cup. I'm trying to figure out what that noise was. But are you done over there now?
No.
Tapping. So I think that new box is going to be pretty good box to pick up, and check it out. I mean, if you're interested in any of that. Oh, I think if Wardrobe went live, that's probably why we lost a couple people.
Probably.
Which is all good. But anyways, you guys, it's been a pretty good week. Hopefully your guys' week has been good. And that's it. That's kind of where we're at. We're just kind of plugging along, getting things done and trying to move forward. And Ashley's trying to maintain her Marvel Rivals addiction that she's into now. So she drifted away from the miniatures a little bit. Oh, you're shopping at Noble Night? Oh. What are you shopping for, Mini Warm-Up? Earlier, I found a place called Kurashan. I'm sure you guys know Kurashan miniatures. They have some interesting little 15 millimeter figures in different categories I was looking at earlier today. So with like the one-page rules and all these other rules out there, it's just going to be easier to do some of your own skirmishes. So
yeah, no,
I was looking at seeing it. Some of that.
15s? Is that what those are?
What?
Your one guys?
The Rangers?
Yeah.
Those are 15, yeah.
So, well, I don't see why we couldn't use any of all our Flames of War stuff. That's all 15 millimeter.
Coruscant. Yeah, that's how it's pronounced or spelled, Telemachus.
I'm ashamed to say. Didn't he say he was done buying?
No, that's okay. I'm glad you like the 15 millimeters or Mini Warm-Up. And thank you, Telemachus. But yeah, that's how it's spelled. I got the tab open over here. I was looking at just some of their miniatures. I hate these I hate sites like that use PayPal, because PayPal wants to force you to get an account. And it just, I don't know. Every time I try, and I used to have a PayPal account a long time ago. So anytime I try to shop somewhere where they use PayPal to process their credit card, it's just, it's annoying for me to try to complete the checkout. It's not a simple checkout. At least for me, it
No,
never
it's
is.
never cheap. And trying to do anything with PayPal just sucks.
Yeah. PayPal's too wonky, man. I had an account for 16 years and they just shut off. They didn't even tell me why. They just said, "Oh well," and there's a lot of their stuff, is they just randomly I'm sure you've read enough reviews and seen all the craziness. So I try to avoid PayPal. On our coffee shop, it was an option. I'm like, no, I'm not even going to deal with these people. So we didn't have them install that as a payment option because they'll just randomly hold funds and they'll hold your funds 6 months.
Yep.
Just because they can. So
because it might be fraud.
I have nothing good to say about PayPal after 16 years of using them. I'm like, no. So now that site, I just don't. I want to try to find some miniatures like that, Telemachus, but not have to deal with PayPal if I can. Pretzels. Well, hell, child. Pretzels sound good.
Actually, that does sound good.
Those big soft pretzels with the salt on them, the healthy ones. Yeah, meandering Mike, I did too for 16 years. But you know what? They literally closed my account and they refused to tell me why. When I called, they wouldn't tell me why. I did nothing illegal with it. I just purchased things online. I even used them when we had a part-time, we had a taxi. So we would use it, with the swipe on the phone.
Yep, that's where a lot of our
funds went.
But
then one day they hold all these funds. And if someone disputes it, if you're in business, like I was using on the business end, holy cow, it was
a nightmare.
I've talked to people who've had no problem, but then again, if you can get online and see it's just they're very sketchy. I don't care for them. If it works for you though, that's cool. Just be careful if you're on the side where you take money because, that's why eBay, PayPal's number one thing they use. They now allow you to take payments otherwise, with other options. So even the company that's affiliated with them is distancing itself.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went to go check out, I was like going to check out and just see what it would cost for shipping and think, maybe next week when I get paid, maybe I can buy, $20, $30 of some of these miniatures. And it just keeps wanting me to do an account. Then it wants to go back to my name, which is no longer active. And I'm just trying to check out regular. Boy, by God, it won't let me. It just keeps going in a circle. So I may not even be able to buy from that company.
Cash is king.
Yeah, except they're getting rid of cash there, hell child. The entire banking system is switching over.
Mm-hmm.
So cash did its purpose, but it's pretty much being phased out. I mean, after all, when you get paid, don't you just get numbers put in your account? Nobody goes and cashes a paycheck anymore. You just work for numbers. Somebody sends you numbers. But I would prefer to use cash. Unfortunately, our society there's places, man, that don't take cash anymore. And there's travel there's like tourist attractions. And I'm like, wow. That's cool, Mike. If you're having a good experience, you go for it. I had a great experience for 16 years, man. I promoted those people and then boom. Yeah, Venmo is a subsidiary of them, Hellchilds. They work too very well too. I have Venmo, but
Venmo and cash.
It's just PayPal will hold your money, and then they'll hold it for 6 months, and they don't have to tell you why, and they don't have to tell you anything. That's the problem. So I just try to stay clear of it. Like I said, even on our coffee shop site, I won't. If someone's paying with a credit card or whatever they've got, they can pay that way. But I don't even want to mess with PayPal holding the funds up.
I think we take everything but PayPal.
Yeah. Telemachus says Western Union all the way. Western Union's good for some things.
Do people still even use Western Union?
So, Mike, they no joke. They just simply said that they closed my account and they were no longer going to do business. Well, I called and asked them. It went so far as, without lying, I'm not lying to you, the lady said, well, if you want to know why, you can get a subpoena and request why. Well, why would I have to go to court to request you why you closed my account? They just closed my account. But you know what? They also closed a lot of other people's accounts that same year too. And a lot of it's political with them. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say, they don't like what you purchase or they don't like where you go, then they it's very politically orientated.
What? I miss hot dogs.
You miss hot dogs? Right on, Mini Warm-Up. Higley Hot Dog accepts only cash. They're voted the best hot dog place 7 years. Hey,
that's the way to do
it. If you can do that, that's fantastic. Like I said, it does work for half the people and the other half it don't. So I don't want to stay on a rant. Just I was really PO'd that, like, I did nothing wrong, and I even ran a business through that, and all my stuff was legit. But if they close your account and if they don't like your political views, they've done that too. People have sued them for that. So it's kind of a nightmare. I think businesses today need to step out of the whole political correctness crap and just do business, right? Like, just do business, as opposed to, I don't like their views, so I'm not going to do business. Well, that's craziness, so
it's stupid.
That's kind of where we're at. Now that Mini Warm-Up said that hot dog thing, it sounds good. It's some hot chili cheese dog.
Ooh, that does sound good.
Yeah. Thanks, Mini Warm-Up. You miss hamburgers too? Oh, that's right. You're on a diet where you can't. Oh no, as a gamer, you got to eat. Yeah, Hell Child. Yep. They've been involved in some really corrupt stuff. You miss your fat? Man, Mike, yeah, hamburger sounds good about now. So to me, the chili dog sounds good right now.
We have chili, so we just need the hot dogs.
Hot dogs, chili, and some cheese, some onions.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds good. Well, Charles already had it for lunch. Nice. With cherry 7-Up. There you go, man. At some point, our show always turns towards food. I think that's because we all eat.
Yeah, blame it all on Mutt.
I feel bad for you, though, Brian. You got a pretty restricted diet.
I don't know how he's doing it, because I could not give up my red meats.
So, yeah, but if you got to, you got to. Well, I do pay a lot more attention to the food I eat now than I used to. Before, I would watch TV and eat it. Now I actually look at the plate. Wait, is that what they mean by paying attention to your food? No? You miss your man boobs. Ooh, you have Wagyu patties? We're coming over, Mike.
Yeah, right?
Yep, as long as you got 4.
Yeah, I have his address, technically.
We'll be there. I don't know. I've never had a Wagyu patty. Now that's good, Hail Child, a baked potato with chili.
Ooh, that sounds good, too.
Especially out here where it gets cold, the hot food just sounds good.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I mean, we made chili last night. We took it over to Crystal's and Keegan's. Had our youngest son and his fiance come up.
Yeah, we just threw the chili in the crock pot and let it cook all day. It was pretty good. Actually, you guys have heard of Watkins, I'm sure. I've been around for close to 200 years doing spices. So there's a store here that had some Watkins chili season. I thought, why not?
Give that a try.
Let's just try that and follow the directions. And man, it came out really good. It's just a little zippy. So if you don't like something that's slightly spicy, I wouldn't eat it. But it's not overly spicy.
No,
but it was good.
Really good.
But we cheat and take, the beef stew meat that you get and cut them into pieces. Kind of just saute the meat and then throw it in the crock pot. So at the end of 10 hours or so, that meat's really soft. Yeah. Now I'm hungry too. So, anywho, So far, so good, man. Uh, poor Mini Wormut has to stick to a diet. I'm sorry, sir, but it's probably for your best right now. Loaded baked potato soup, extra chunky.
Ooh.
So, um, my daughter-in-law Katie, she makes really good homemade. Well, she makes noodles from scratch. Her mom showed her. So, like, they'll make homemade chicken soup with noodles, and it's not like what you get out of the can by any stretch. Or homemade potato soup, and that's really good too. Now my mouth is freaking wanting to. That just sounds good. Now there's too many choices, especially if Mike has Wagyu patties. That's a chili burger. Really? Mini Wormut says mash up burger and place it on top shelf of your grill. Place your chili on the bottom. Close the lid and let the juices of the hamburger drip into the chili. Oh, wow.
Then it makes it greasy, though.
That's where all the taste comes from. Well, Charles, wow, that's cool. You can get a size 40 up over your big hips. Yep, you can throw the hamburger in a chili.
Yeah.
Here we'll make chili different ways, like with beef stewy meat, like I said, hamburger or venison. Venison's
the best.
Yeah, deer chili. That's good, Charles. I've lost weight over the last 2 years, so I've got more weight to go. But I went from a 48 to a 40 on my pants, so I'm happy about that. And I just earlier I was making a joke about paying attention to my food because I'm looking at the plate, but I mean actually I do pay attention to the food I eat now. It's called a smash burger. Yep. Charles's wife beat her shirt showing a camouflage pattern of spilled chili sauce. Okay. Yeah, you can make a chili burger, chili cheeseburger. I mean, I don't know if Ashley would like that, like a double Wagyu patties with some pepper jack cheese and chili pouring over the top and put it in a bun and smash it all together.
You got money?
Yeah, but I don't want to share. No, I'm just joking. We could. Cool. She makes a white bean. Minnie Wormut's wife makes a white bean chicken chili. You mean, my God, what are they called?
What?
I lost my train of thought. So, like, pinto beans. What's the white ones? Navy beans. Yeah.
Or
I haven't had any split pea soup in a long time either.
yeah. Well, it's hard to do split pea when you don't eat pork.
Yeah. For us, we've cut all the pork out. Just health wise, had to get away from a lot of stuff that's doesn't work so well when you're trying to manage other things going on. Well, that's cool though. Very cool.
Canteen.
Huh?
CANNELLINI.
What are you looking at? Oh,
There's that white bean.
Yeah. There's different white beans, so I don't know. But if she makes a good white bean chicken chili, hey, I would try it. Chili, man, is chili, as long as it tastes good. I think they were navy beans is the white ones, yeah.
White kidney beans, navy beans. That's a kidney bean.
No, my mom used to make a navy bean type of soup when I was a kid. She also used to make something called blinis, which were like shredded hash browns that you fried in a patty, which were pretty good.
There's a bunch of different kinds of white beans.
Yeah. It's one good thing with Ashley. You mentioned something. She'll be over here on the other monitor looking stuff up. So
Damn right.
I don't know, man. There's some really good gaming food out there these days.
I need to make some more lasagna. We haven't had that
Yeah,
for a while.
but it's expensive to make homemade lasagna. Everything is getting stupid crazy. I don't know. Hey, that's something I'm going to ask you guys. Like, this is crazy. Eggs have gone up. Have you guys noticed that in your areas where you live? Because holy crap.
Honestly, it jumped in like a week and a half here.
It jumped like a week and a half, 2 weeks. And it, because when I first moved out here, now granted, that was like 99, I'm sorry. And that was, eggs were 33 cents a dozen out here. I was like, holy crap. I was paying $2 in California when I moved out there. Out here, $3. Now, though, they have substantially skyrocketed to like $7 and $9 a dozen. And I'm like, that's just dumb.
Just
because
as of Thursday.
Staple food, you know, eggs and potatoes and things like that. But anyways, I was just curious if they went way up in your guys' area or not. I've just trying to figure that out. So thankfully, you know, we got food. Yeah, eggs are. What are they there in California, Charles? I'm curious. Can you tell us? Because, like I said, when I left California in '99, they were like $3 a dozen, and I came out here and they were 33 cents. And I about fell over.
Well,
and that
what?
was
2
then.
weeks ago, they were, for the cheap junk ones, were like $3.
But they just leapfrogged all of a sudden. So Telemachus says they're higher, but not as high as here. Oh, well, you got chicken farms in there. So see, the reason I ask is we have a local farmer that we get our eggs from.
And
$4. That's pretty good. I don't know why out here it's so expensive.
Yeah, I don't understand.
But because we just more or less like the eggs without all the extra stuff they give the chickens. And so we got a local farmer who he does a little delivery route out here, and he just charges $1 for a delivery fee. And so we usually, get 2 dozen eggs and bring it just like they used to bring milk to your house or whatever, if you guys remember that. And they'll just come bring the eggs and drop them off. And that's, fairly inexpensive. It's like $5 a dozen is what he charges, and $1 for delivery. So I kind of like that because I know where my eggs are coming from. I won't get them in the store, but the store is ridiculous price. Yeah. If you can get them for $4 there, that's pretty good. Maybe warm up, because mine are basically what you'd be considered like organic, because the chickens aren't fed all the bad stuff. They don't jack them up with things, and so the eggs are more. They're a safer version than what you get in the commercial eggs at the store. So. But it's pretty cool. Just come by and set them out. And I didn't know if you guys knew it, but people ask, well, are your eggs going to go bad? No, actually, eggs weren't never meant to be put in the refrigerator. When you put them in the refrigerator, that's when they go bad.
There's Keegan.
If you put them in the ground, it could be an eggplant. There you go, Keegan. That's some forward thinking, sir.
Ain't he supposed to be working?
Yeah, but maybe he's tuning in while he's working. Of course, it depends. If he's on call, he might just be at home. That's cool, Keegan, that you're here if you were working. Huh. That's interesting. Anyways, all of us gamers have to eat, pay bills, live, and try to save money for paints, paintbrushes, glue, miniatures, games, and whatnot. So it's all good. I think it's still cool to have something delivered to your house like that. And Keegan gets them too from the farmer.
Yep.
Actually, quite a few people out here do. It's just kind of think about it this way: if he gets $1 from, say, 25, 30 homes a day. Oh, he's on call. He's just on his way home.
He's on his way home. Did you see Brian?
Jeez, anymore, but
Ah!
Friendly banter. Yep. That's what we should do. Have a big old. It's too bad we all didn't live close enough. We could all meet up once a year and just do like a big old picnic or something. Keegan goes, "You're welcome, Mini Warmut." Yeah. Well, at least we didn't get our snow today, Keegan. We were supposed to get. Well, see, Telemachus, that's cool because, um, yeah, yeah, Charles, that's about right.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
California is always more. I do miss being able to get like Asian food or Hispanic food late at night or in the morning. Thank you, Keegan, for saving the chat from hitting genius levels. We were trying, man, to break the barrier and get to genius level chat.
Well, we would have been, but Mutt came in a while ago.
Oh no.
Now just dropped even more because Keegan's in.
People talk about triangles and a trinity, and then there's Keegan, Ashley, and Mini Warmut. That's a triangle of banter. Shots fired back. Artillery shells lobbed. Run for cover. Yeah. Well, we try to at least have interesting conversations. So
yeah, keyword try.
Mm-hmm. But heck, man, I mean, everybody's got to live and eat too. It's just kind of crazy.
It's getting ridiculous.
And
well, I mean, hamburgers, what for the cheap stuff is usually about $6 here.
Well, everything's going up. It's just we're just grateful we're not in a place where there's fires and all. You see all the fires out there in California, there, Charles, and all these other states with all this stuff going on. It's like it might be boring here, so we're pretty good. What Keegan says
I see it.
The girl that plays Russians.
What's funny is my Russians kicked his Americans how many times?
Not the last time.
Because I'm not the one playing them.
Oh, no. Don't say that. I fielded those Russians a couple times and did very well. May Warmut says more chitty games on the way. Nice. Oh, you use the pre-mixed liquid eggs in the carton.
Charles got him hooked up on chits.
Charles got you hooked on chits. I thought you tried chits, then you didn't like them, then you tried them and you're not a fan. But you know what? Here's the thing: there is a place for the games, and I like them too a little bit. I'm still going to be more on the miniature side, but the chit games. The only thing I'd say is some of it tends to be
drawn out,
very complicated. And I think they could streamline some of these games to make it a little easier to.
Well, Brian likes his miniatures.
But if you did that, then everybody that plays the games that has history or has read the history of the game would probably be up in arms for it not being accurate. So if you're a game designer, you're kind of screwed. Charles says he's innocent. He's being accused by two people. Mini Warmut's got him hooked on chick games, and someone named Dan over at a place there says that he hooked him on minis and he's innocent. He says he's innocent.
Well, Brian wants a similar hex game and still has the miniatures, then go to Savezda.
Oh, you've got the tank on tank. That's nice. The one we got out, me and Keegan played a couple times and played with Ashley too. I like it because the chits are bigger and you can see them easier. And I don't want, and please don't take this wrong, anyone listening, I have huge props to you guys who can do 2,000 and 3,000 chits. I would not be able to try to get into that big of a chit game. Say no to streamlining. Nice. But so, and some of you can do that. But like Charles, I was watching your one video here not too long ago. The rules were just like, and I made the comment. It's just you said that the developer said it'd be easy. Well, that don't look like no easy game. It was frustrating you. So, and you have more experience playing those games than I do. So it's just, you know. But the tank on tank series, I like that. I need to get the other one. I have the one. I need the other one. There's
No, you
two
don't.
of them. Yeah, see, Mini Warmont, I feel the same way. I give props to those who can do those large games, and I admire them for that. I am by no means saying anything wrong. I'm just saying for me, I don't think I would be able to do several hundreds of pieces on the table at a time.
Well,
the
people
simple
who can do
games,
those bigger
yeah.
games will have to be either single or married with no children and no pets.
Why do you say that, Ashley?
Because, well, cats jump up on everything.
Oh, yeah. If you had a cat,
and depending on your table, dogs like to get underneath.
So it might be my luck if I had a cat. I'd have all these chits out. I'd explain everything, get ready to video it. The cat would jump up and slide it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be a catastrophe, you guys. Correct?
And then kids like to get their little hands on things.
I don't know if it's that so much. It just, I personally, I like the simpler ones, like Mini Wormut said. Same philosophy. The tank on tank I like. There's not a whole ton of it. It's easier to do, easier to see. The one Jeff sent me, the Panzer battles, that's pretty good where it's at. Oh my God. Telemachus said he used to play Napoleonics with hundreds of chits and 8 players. Woo! That would be like an all weekend type of game, Telemachus. Keegan, shame on you, an RC tank that fires BBs. Except for I can see you and Ashley at your house. Ow, that hurt, Keegan. Ow, Ashley. You guys would be firing at each other, and then I'd have to go buy Band-Aids to fix boo-boos. Yeah. Ashley come walking in the house, covering an eye with the patch. You got me in the eye, but I won. Okay. That would probably be dangerous, Keegan. But back to Telemachus' comment. Hundreds of chits and 8 players. So I don't even know how you would do that. I can see you have 200 chits or something like that, but I just can't do. I can't. Some of those games I looked at, I was like, wow, that looks cool. Oh, 2,000, 3,000 chits. I'm like, I can't do that. Three hours every Wednesday night, Telemachus said, and then it had a diplomacy phase. Oh, good God. Mini Warmut says, Hex Encounter games, you're going to release them on Sunday. Zombicide games for Saturdays. And every other game will be during the week or Friday. That's cool. Trying to get more organized, he said.
Oh, Mike found Wagyu patties.
Woo, Mike, enjoy those. I've never had them, so I'll just take your word that it tastes better than a regular burger.
So Keegan's buying Wagyu burgers for us?
That sounds... Hey, Keegan, on your way home, stop and get some Wagyu burgers. We got some leftover chili from last night. Get some pepper jack cheese, and we'll make a Wagyu burgers with chili, and we'll smash them down.
I don't even know where we would get Wagyu burgers.
Hy-Vee.
You think Hy-Vee would have actual
Well,
Wagyu
they do
burgers?
in the deli.
Do they? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I just never bought them because they're a little pricey. Charles says the cats stay upstairs. Oh, yeah. Okay, that doesn't sound so bad then, Telemachus says.
Wagyu, not wag. I'm not talking about walk. Then get your ass up here. Move back and you can have Hy-Vee.
The only thing I thought was funny out here that I about got in an accident in the car driving is when I seen a gas station. The name of the gas station is, and now this is the name of the gas station. It's spelled with a K. It says "Come and Go," and I about died laughing. I was like, "No, nobody really named a gas station that." Then they did.
Yep, that they did.
Hy-Vee is a pretty good store. I try to stay out of the big blue box store. Unless cable is down for a storm. If you go there, you can watch all sorts of craziness if you're just in a mood to walk around and see it. But I don't care for the store so much. Hy-Vee has a lot better things, and they have a store called Fairway out here. It sells all local meats too. Yeah, I believe that many warm up because a lot of the Hy-Vees have a sit-in dining area.
Some do.
A lot of them used to. Well, I don't know.
Not around here.
The big ones we have. No, they have Wahlburgers.
Oh, they have a Wahlburgers now. Yeah.
So they have a Wahlburgers inside the Hy-Vee and a Starbucks. So they had a little dining area where Hy-Vee would make breakfast and that stuff. Now that area got converted to a Wahlburgers. But some of them do have those little stores or those little, because we used to you go there to get dinner sometimes, and they have the Hy-Vee down the road has, I want to say Thursdays, it's $10 steak night, and it's a steak, I don't know,
steak,
potato and two sides or something. And
yeah, something like that. The side and a roll.
They cook it there. And also there was in Palo, the town not too far from us, about 10 minutes. They had a little called the Palo Outdoor Mini Mart. They had a little area there. Just I think only about 4 or 5 small tables inside the gas station. And they would make like biscuits and gravy. And so especially during pheasant season, so you get out there early, like 6 o'clock in the morning or something, before the season starts in, you could go in and get biscuits and gravy and some coffee and sit down and just kind of have a little meal. But you'd always see the farmers hanging out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Why would they ban it as an export? That was what they were known for, right, Mike? But yeah, it's not. I mean, everything's pricey, but it's not like what you see or hear about people getting Wagyu steaks in restaurants that are like phenomenal amounts of money. That's what I mean. See, Mike, you know interesting things like that. I always knew that they were the ones that people think about when it comes to Wagyu because but it's too bad they banned it as an export. Huh. Oh, well, as long as you can buy it here now and enjoy it, then that's okay too. So yeah, I mean, some of those little, like, you got little hole in the wall place. We just found one, not necessarily a hole in the wall, but a newer little place called the Breakfast Barn. And we finally went and tried it last week, and it's really good. It's more like just a diner kind of a experience. $100 an ounce. At some of it's expensive, Telemachus. Yeah, $100 an ounce. That's a lot. It was declared a national treasure. You gotta love what some of these politicians come up with. A national treasure, huh? That's interesting because hey, Mike, was it maybe because the beef that got sold out, they raised the prices so much outside of the country at places that were selling it? Maybe they didn't want to lose all that money.
Probably. Who knows? It could be
$100 an ounce. That's no biggie.
Well, I mean, isn't that what? Oh God, what is it called? Caviar is.
Caviar is.
It's just fish eggs.
Yeah. Sturgeon from sturgeons.
Depends.
Well, I don't have no desire to eat raw fish eggs, so I'm good.
People are like, oh, they pop. Nope.
Ashley.
Oh, David.
Wow, David, we haven't seen you in forever. How are you doing, sir? I know you're doing your podcasts. I catch those occasionally when I can, too. But it's nice to see you. How is it out there in a wonderful winterland of Canada? Which, by the way, what was I going to say? Ah, never mind. We'll see. Canada is interesting. I see your prime minister there stepped down. But anywho, that's a topic for another show. That was interesting, though, to watch that speech.
Why are we still on food?
We're not. We've gone back and forth, but food, it's dinner time. That's why.
He said hello to you yesterday?
Did you? I don't think so. Yesterday was Saturday. I don't know. No, not too while back. You're doing a podcast with that other gentleman. And I stopped in on a couple of those, and I've said hi to you here or there, and just kind of listened while I was doing things. But I don't think I've had a chance to say hi to you recently. But anyways, because gamers need fuel. That's why. It takes energy to do all this too. Get your booty in the kitchen, Ashley. Uh-oh. You know those videos you see where the wife comes up and goes, "Here, honey, eat this. Let me stir this for you. Go ahead." And then the guy goes, "You know, we were arguing the other day and I apologize. I'm sorry." And she goes, "Oh, hold on. Don't drink that. Let me take that back." That's what I have to worry about. It's above freezing. Oh, so you got some rain then. Oh, that sounds good, Mike. With a fried egg, toasted sourdough.
No, David, that was me up on minis. When they were doing it with Hexie.
Oh, because
I was
Ashley's
up on Brian's.
Oh, Ashley might have been there.
Well, both of ours are gamers with coffee. But
Yeah.
mine just has Ashley on
That's
it.
why. Well, that's why I was confused. I'm like, I don't remember saying hi to Dave yesterday, but it was Ashley.
Yeah, so to tell the difference, if you just glance at the name, mine is a red symbol, where Greg's is a white symbol.
So just think about more of a warning and more of a safe. Ow! You just pinched my back.
No proof.
That just reminds me of the elevator buttons, Ashley. Red down like you're going to hell, so yours is red. And white like you're going to heaven. Mine's white.
Where are you sleeping tonight, with Keegan?
Ew. No.
Because it ain't going to be in the bed.
I would have to, that would require way too much therapy, so not going down that road. Well, that's cool. At least you got to say hi then to Ashley yesterday. But nice to hear from you anyways, David. It's in his mind we're just one entity in two bodies, yeah. Yes, Vinny Warmont. That's what I was explaining. Yes, sir. Yeah, let him. Oh my God, Keegan! Now you're making her laugh. No, thank you. I pass. I pass. And the winky face just makes me more uncomfortable. I'm blinking, you guys, because I need help.
From who? Me or Keegan?
At this point, Motel 6 is looking pretty good. Yeah, we did play Catan yesterday, Keegan. I had talked to him about that. It's a interesting game, but you said you wanted to do it live, and I think it's just going to be very much a feisty game now that everybody knows what they've got to do. It's going to be blink out SOS. Ow! You made me blink 4 times. I was trying to do it correctly for Mike. Thank you, Keegan. I need more help than a therapist can provide. This is why I have the and the voices. Without those two, those are my support groups.
Support groups?
Yeah. I have my own support group I take with me every day, wherever I go right here. And when I come home from work, I have squirrels that meet me outside and jump up on the rail of the fence chattering because they want food.
So, yeah. He ain't lying about that one.
That would be interesting, though, to go sit down and talk to a real life therapist and have them break down and cry because they don't know how to solve my problems. It'd be like, they didn't teach you this in school, did they? Huh? I mean, they would think I was some sort of normal person walking in for counseling. No, sorry. I'm call. Can I set an appointment up next week? No, what do you mean I'm banned from the therapist's office? What do you mean he's out on vacation? He needed a break. So that's why I don't go, Keegan. They're not space smurfs. They're ultramarines. Get it correct, sir.
They're blueberries.
Well, the pink doesn't taste like blueberry. I'll tell you that.
Does the paint taste like blue?
Chemical taste. Ugh. Well, you know what, though, Keegan? Let's go with this. So people talk to their plants and say they grow better. So why can I not talk to my space marines so that they can
fight better?
Fight better, yes. Yes, Hellchild, that's right. I walk in and say, you're not ready for this, Doc. And at the end of the 40-minute, whatever it is, I say, okay, now, if you'd like me to not come back, you need to pay me. Otherwise, I'm going to request you each time I come for a session. Your obsessive acquisition disorder. Hey, Mike, I think everybody suffers from that one. I don't know how to help you on that.
Also known as IBT.
I buy too much stuff. Yeah.
No, that would be Brian.
Well, I said stuff. But I know what you meant. Antibiotics, because of antibiotics wouldn't cure that. Oh, geez. Now I'm getting smack talk from Keegan. So the Ultramarines have to be able to fight in the first place. They actually do pretty good at fights.
Depending on who you're fighting.
See, Hellchild? Mike, Hellchild suffers just like that, too. I think it's something we all kind of have a little bit of an issue with. But, I mean, we all work. We all have to do all this other stuff, so you may as well spend some money on yourself if you can. It's no fun to just work your whole life. Oh, very good, Mike. Antibiotics. That's nice. Keeps you from buying. Hey, Charles, you said you told Ashley I need electroshock therapy. I don't want her to do that.
Oh, just connect you to the battery.
No, child, I have therapists pay me not to show up. That's where you make the money right there. It's that thing you have to do, right, Minnie Warmut? You own your own business, so I know you got to work. Work. And I know I got more than enough work that I don't need any more. You know how people talk about getting a plate full of stuff? They overflow my plate. Oh my God, David. He says, I'm painting battle mechs with craft paints today. The faction I'm painting has poorly maintained equipment, and the craft paints really sell that. Nice, Dave. That's nice. What do you mean? What are you snickering about over there, Ashley? No, she doesn't need to use the car battery. It's too expensive to replace, Keegan. Twerk.
Because you're being electrocuted.
Yep. I don't know. Probably the only time I could get away with dancing successfully. Keegan says going to work saved him from becoming a YouTube star. Nice. Play taser games with drunk Marines for shock therapy. That would work. I mean, that might be fun. I don't know, hell child. I could take a few taser shots, and then as long as I think too much voltage might disrupt the voices, and once that happens, I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to scare them up there. They might go nuts trying to get out.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah, could pose a problem. Hell child responds, Keegan saved YouTube by not being a star. There you go. See you, Keegan. What are you doing, Ash?
Watching the chat.
Watching the chat. Watching the chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking.
You are? Okay. I'm just joking. Oh, Lordy. Well, at least Dave's getting some battle mechs painted. We don't have any more mechs to paint.
Oh.
Ours are all painted, so
yep,
we can at least make that as a statement. It's not a brag, it's just a statement. Of course, we didn't have a ton of them to begin with, like some people. But it is nicer when they're all painted. I tried, Keegan, to find that video I made of your guys one day, and I posted back before I took it down about your guys not being dressed for battle. Oh, you're being called, Ashley.
What, Brian?
She says, what, Brian?
Because I guarantee something's going to be good in the kitchen. I know, Brian.
I do need more mechs, Dave, and I probably need more tanks, actually, for it, too.
I'll say, we have enough mechs.
Yeah,
the tanks, we do need more tanks.
We do need more of the tanks for it. And I want to get some of that hextech train. I really like that. Their trees are really cool. And
oh, yeah, their trees are gorgeous.
Many more about it says, never mind, Ashley.
Uh-huh.
Just trying to stir that pot. Keep it going. See, you guys, it's always a fun time. Always some fun. Uh-oh.
No, Keegan.
Ashley, Keegan. Remember, Keegan, she lives down the street. So don't get her too riled up. He's got to give you some grief, though. You're working on figuring out proxies to use your GHQ World War II modern vehicles and infantry in? Huh. Let me know how that goes.
Fuck. Keegan, you're never nice.
He's going to be nice and say hi. Yeah, but be grumpy. I don't know if you could proxy them in. You could try that. I kind of I don't know. Every time I've tried to quote proxy something in somewhere, it didn't pan out for me the way I wanted it to. I do know I'm still looking for 15 millimeter Wild West stuff for terrain. So if any of you guys find a place that has files for that, that's not too big, there's a lot of 28, 32 millimeter size, but I need something scaled towards 15 millimeter. Still haven't found that, and I wouldn't mind expanding a little bit on our Flames of War stuff. Um, so
Are we actually
Keegan
gonna do
got
Flames of
true.
War?
No, I meant Team Yankee. I'm
Okay.
sorry. My Flames of War stuff is done. It's sitting there waiting. Keegan has to finish his.
I have Flames of War. I don't know how. Well,
No, you have two kinds of troops in that box. You got to sort them out.
what box?
Exactly. You don't even remember that tray you had, the box with all those
That's all
pictures?
one.
No, some of those are World War II.
No, those are all
And
one.
World War.
My World War, other ones, the Flame of Wars are in here.
Well, Flames of War is World War II.
Yeah.
But some were different eras.
No,
I
those
thought
were
you had
all.
some of the modern with the World War II and vice versa.
They're all the same.
Maybe you'll make a video on it like some sort of YouTuber. There you go. Do that.
I have Team Yankee over there and Flames of War in there.
Okay. Well, then maybe we should do that. My East German stuff.
None of mine are painted.
All my stuff's done. My Germany, late war, that's all ready to go. So if Keegan gets that done, we can do that. You're behind on your Clash of Steel. We got all of ours put together, and that's an interesting game. But we're going to try to add more troops in. There's a few people suggested because some of our armor battles get to be parking lots, literally. There you go, Ashley. Many more must just try to paint with more than two colors.
I do.
They'll paint with more than two colors.
Oh, like your guys are all one?
They're not one. You pick up any one of these figures, there's at least 3 or 4 paints or 5 on them. Not one. Squirrel girl. Well, on her little animated stuff. You don't need any more Humvees, Keegan. I don't even think you're bringing the correct amount anyways. I think it's overkill, your Humvees. There's too many. So David wants to buy for 2025 Gundam Assemble boxes, Battletech Aces box set, and the final Clash of Steel box set. Which Clash of Steel do you have?
I say we got both of them.
Yeah, we have no Gundam anything.
Mm-mm.
And the Battletech Aces box sets. I think for Alpha Strike, we're more geared towards revamping the train, like with that hextexh stuff. That's pretty cool. It just makes the table look better. So we'll probably work more on that. Or I'd like to get a couple tanks more than what I got in the Kickstarter. We don't have anything that we're for sure set that we have to buy this year. I did get in on a Kickstarter last year that comes out this year. When it comes out, I'll show you guys. Many more messages. Try to paint something usable for the table there, Sharky. 35 Humvees, and I'm supposing you're going to equip every one of those with like a tow missile or something. So you can fire 35 rounds of anti-tank at something. Except most Humvees don't run around with that capability. Both War of Reunification and Operation Unthinkable. Oh, there's more than 2? I'll have to double check that, Dave. I got the first 2 boxes They came out, so I had all four. There were 4 factions, but if there's more to it, I'll have to look into it. What's nice about that is you get to play at the prototypes. So you're playing with things that you didn't have. They didn't have a chance to really get into the war with, or if the war would have carried on, it would have been something, because some of that stuff was pretty deadly, moving slow, but just carried pretty much a punch. And I mean, it would have really turned it faster had they got into production on some of these.
So you have American and Soviet. American versus German.
Yeah. Let's back up.
American versus German. That's the one we don't have, is American versus German.
Well, we already have the German and the Americans, because we got the Americans versus
German, or American versus Soviets, and then British versus Germans.
Yeah. Those are the 2 we have. But it wouldn't need that because we already have both those factions.
Come on, load.
Although we give you some more of the bigger German tanks, it looks like. And, different American ones. You should look at that one too there then. Keegan.
Let me blow this up.
Just 6 of them have the tow capability. Most are transport troops. Yeah. So if you have the force structure correct.
We have this one and this one. Not the Americans versus Germans or the Soviets versus Brits.
Oh, they made even more. Whoa.
Yeah, because you don't have the ISs.
So they're giving you different tanks. Well, thanks for letting us know about that.
Yeah, so there's a 3 and a 4.
Yeah, because we got the 2 that first came out. So we got Americans, Germans, Brits, and Russians.
Mm-hmm.
But these boxes have different models, it looks like, than the ones we got. Whatever, it's still a really good price for the models you're getting. I mean, for the money, you're getting way more than, you know how that is, David, that the tanks are way worth it for the price you're paying for the box. So, it's pretty good deal. But there are the other tanks you don't have yet. Do they have any of the, what is that there? That's a pre-order battle kit right there. What is that?
A campaign, it looks like.
Looks like they got a campaign on Gale Force
Battle for
website.
Hungary.
Yeah. Operation Flashpoint. So that's cool. Well, that's something we would need to do right there. That's a pre-order, but it's only $10 to get the scenario for it. So yeah, ours had 2 factions in each box. We got the first 2 box sets released, and I think we paid $60 for each of those because I ordered them at the same time. So I got them when they came out, but I didn't realize they had put out all this extra, or that they have these scenarios and whatnot. So it'd be worthwhile looking into that, just to see what you got. So thank you, David. That's cool.
Well, you get an E100, a Panther, and I don't know what that one is. It's not a Jade Panther.
Well, the box contains 20 tanks. I mean, You
this
know,
one contains 19.
and if you had to pay $10 a whack for them in the store at retail per tank, like the old Gale Force 9s, we're all like $9.99 for the most part. So, you're looking at a lot of money compared to what you're getting it for.
The Americans versus Germans. So the American, you get the M103, an M48, and an M4A3. The German force, you get an E100, a Panther 8.8, a Scorpion, and a Panther 7.5. That's what you'll get in that box. The Soviets versus British box, you get the S1 or IS7, the IS3, and the T44. And another tortoise for the British. Actually, you get 2 more tortoises. Centurion. You get more of them. Keratin.
What's the other one on the end? I can't see it from here.
Conqueror.
So you got models in that one then that you don't have in the other ones.
Yep.
You're happy to help us spend our hobby bucks. Yeah, that's what we try to do. Support the hobby somehow.
$75 a piece. Plus this would be.
Well, I'd be interested in getting that scenario for the $10 with the map and all that. That's kind of cool. Centurions are sexy tanks. Dave said, yeah. Or you could buy the individual boxes and upgrade.
Yep, for $30 for 3. So that's not bad. $10 a piece.
Yeah, but look, if you're getting 20 tanks for $60, but you normally pay $10 a piece, basically, that's a big deal. That's a big savings. Big savings on the money right there.
$160.
I don't have $160 right now. But it'd be worthwhile to look at some of that and try to add to what you got, as long as we're playing it. So I remember, David, when you used to sit and build tanks and broadcast that when we first met you. So building some tanks is good. Back to the battletech stuff. I think that's what I need for my battletech stuff is tanks. All the figures. We got enough mechs to fight with. Uh-oh. Minnie Wormont says, okay, I'm on my way out so Ashley can get in the kitchen and act like a woman. Take care, everybody. All right, Minnie Wormont. Take care. You said goodbye, Ashley.
Bye, Mutt.
She says goodbye, Mutt. Yep, the good old days. I remember when you challenged us, sir, and I was like, who is this Axe Annex guy that challenged us? That's okay, let's do it. And that was a fun challenge. I don't even know how you found us. You must have just stumbled across us or something. I still don't remember how that happened, but that's cool. We made a lot of friends in the last many, many years. So it's all good. Kind of interesting when Google, on your phone will sit there and go, we have a memory for you. And it's like 2017, painting this tank. And you're like, oh, yeah, I think I've been doing this longer than I thought. You know what I mean? So, but it's all good. It's all been fun. So we will definitely have to look into the other tanks and some of the scenarios. We just really need to get some more terrain, which I was talking to Keegan about for city fighting and whatnot. Or, a lot of World War II stuff is out on farms, but there were fighting in towns and stuff too. So, kind of want to get something like that. You don't know how many warm-up found you for the challenge?
Oh, Brian's one that went and got David in?
So did Mini Wormont challenge you on the War Gamers challenge all those years ago? And then You must have found us how off of his.
I don't think we even were.
No,
With Brian.
I found Brian stuff when he did Trash Train before it was the Mini Warmut logo changeover. I don't know, but it was cool that you found us anyway. So, we're gonna go ahead though and cancel that off. It's heading towards 6 our time, so we're gonna go ahead and kind of wrap it up, you guys. Thank you for making the end of our week awesome and the beginning good. We're glad that everybody is doing good and having a good time getting things painted and done. And we appreciate you guys showing up. So thank you. And until next week, we're going to try and get something out this week. But until next week, we will do our best to get more done. What did he just say?
I found you guys through the Tanks games.
Oh, okay, through the tank games. That makes sense. Blueberries and grapes and a banana for dessert. Blueberries and ice cream. And if you blend it up with some milk, then you can drink it. That actually sounds good. All right. Thank you, Telemachus, Meandering Mike, Charles, Walkabout, everybody that I haven't mentioned, and Dave. You guys, thank you for coming by. And we'll see you again next week.
Bye, guys.
Woo.